to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise and this is Chip, who always seems to want to get involved now, don't you? Hey? So my channel is a haul every Saturday without fail. I also upload things in between depending on what's going on in my life at the moment. It seems to be a lot of this fellow here. So there will be another update coming. I have recorded it, I have to say I have recorded it. It's just, it hasn't been edited. Might have to re-record it. It was a rough day that day for me, not for Chip. So if you enjoy somebody that talks a lot, because clearly, and goes off on tangents, because clearly I go off on tangents, and you fancy subscribing, give it a click down below. You'll see more of my videos. If you click the notification bell, you will be notified of any videos that I do in between. He's going on camera. Because the videos that I do during the week are not on a set schedule. It's only the Saturday one that's a set schedule. My budget for our haul is £60. We rarely hit £60. My receipt is down there as it always is. I have not worked out my numbers this week. We hit £41.87. Not bad. As I always mention, you know, I do have a lot of tins, I have a lot of freezer food, fresh things that haven't gone bad because I don't do dates and things like that. I literally keep going until you can see something isn't good. So we don't need to replace a lot of those type of items. The shop actually wasn't brilliant, I have to say. There was a lot of the fruit and veg that just wasn't there. There was a lot of empty packaging and stuff. I did go early. I went just after 9 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, which is usually a pretty good time to go. But I noticed a lot of stock wasn't there throughout the store. So I don't know if they just didn't have the staff to get the stock out, or if they've not got the stock in, who knows. So there was a few bits that I didn't get that I probably would have got if I had the opportunity to get them. Not going to remember most of that though, so I mean, if I do, I'll mention it, but I'm not going to remember most of it, I'm sure, because the memory ain't that great. What else? Oh, so if you did, I know some people like to do that, they like to add it up. I will give you prices as I go along. You won't get the same prices I actually spent, because I do donate 3 items. There's no reason for the 3. 3 items every week I pick up for the food bank, and I put it straight into the food bank so that I don't bring it home, because if I bring it home it ends up sitting in the house for a long time. It's just my thing. So this week, it's always something different. This week I picked up, what did I pick up, Chip? Spaghetti pasta, a bolognese sauce, and a jar of marmalade. That's what I picked up this week. So those have already been donated. Are you gonna doze off there? His head's getting heavy. He's zoning out. Thinking that is in order, buddy. Yeah. So, sorry, I get distracted easily. So is that everything? I feel like I've said everything. I'm going to put Chip here down. I've got a blanket on the floor so I can get him comfy and hopefully he'll have a nap. And we're going to get on with the haul. I have my receipt because prices change so often. I can't keep up anymore. I used to be really good at this, but I'm not anymore. Also, just want to mention, this is the prices of my local Asda, because I do know that different regions tend to have different prices. I don't know if it's just because they're catching up with other regions, or if there's another reason for it, I don't know. So this is just the prices that I paid in mine. We will start off with the fresh. There was more fresh. What was it? I can't remember. There was a couple of things that I wanted to pick up that I couldn't. Oh, spinach. Definitely couldn't. They didn't have any this week. Do like my spinach. I'm sure there was a couple of other bits. Oh, tomatoes. Didn't get my tomatoes. How did I not get my tomatoes? I thought I did. Wow. That's the second week that I've done that in the past few weeks. That's really strange. I love tomatoes. I'm gonna have to get some tomatoes. Sorry, going off on one. Let me forget. Okay, ready? Onions, not tomato. I've got tomatoes in the brain now. Onions, 85p for this bag. Just like them to be in the cupboard for anything. Go with most meals. This is really good because okay, yes, they they don't do dates anymore, do they? They stopped, which is a really, really good thing. These will last a long, long time, so I won't have to buy these for a long time. I don't like massively use onions, but I do like them to be there. But 85p for that big bag is really, really good. Now this is rubbish. Normally I get the £1.65 bag of peppers, and I get the ones with the orange one, the yellow one and the red one. Really like those, and they're larger than these as well. But they were really, really bad. They didn't have, they had the £1.65 ones had 2 greens in it, which is weird. I'm not paying that for the green ones. The green ones just don't taste so good. In cooking, it's not going to be so bad. These ones are smaller. This is the 125 bag. I'd stopped buying these for a long time because they're just not worth it. But there wasn't many options, and this was the best of the bunch. The rest were way, way worse. So peppers just wasn't. I don't know if a lot of fruit and veggies were just not in the right time of season for a lot of them. I don't know what it is. But peppers, that was the best one I've got. Corey wants to make homemade, oh sorry, just in case you are new here, you don't know who Corey is. He's my son. He's my adult son, just so you know. He wants to make some homemade pizzas and he wants peppers for that. And I thought, we haven't had fajitas for a while, and I do have all the other ingredients. I have wraps and I have fajita sauce and stuff. So I thought peppers would be a good one. Cucumber, 75p. I just like having cucumber in. 9 times out of 10 I don't eat it as it is like this. I slice it up and put it in vinegar. Literally the following day it's pickled. It's not like a lot of other veg that, you know, you have to wait a long time for, and then I can just munch on pickled cucumber all week. Absolutely love it. So just a tip, if you're not a fan of cucumber as is, but you want to eat them because they, you know, they're basically water, aren't they? Low calories and all that sort of stuff. Really, really good snack. Now I cook chips food in the slow cooker the majority of the time. I'm getting my timings wrong and things, because he's actually eating less, so I'm having to cook less so it doesn't go bad before he gets through the batch. So I'm messing up everything just a little bit, but this is the reason that I get the chicken. Now I've got the chicken leg quarters this week. I was buying the thighs for the longest time because they were the better price, and then somebody mentioned the leg quarters, which actually worked out the better price, and then Asda must have cottoned on and they put them both at the same price. I actually got the leg quarters this week because the thighs are still full price, which is a 1.1 kilogram for £3.35. These in my Asda at the moment have got £1.5 off, so it's £2.30 for 1.1 kilograms. That's the reason I have 2 of them, because that's really, really good price. They do a leg quarter pack, larger one, that's £4.70. Don't know how I'm remembering these numbers, I'm actually shocking myself. £4.70 for 2 kilogram bag. So if you get this right now on this deal, if they've got this deal in your store, you're paying 10p less and getting 0.2 of a kilogram more. So that's why I picked up 2. I'm going to freeze both of them because I've just made him a batch up. I'm not a fan of slow cooker, the frozen things, just because of the way I have to take, you know, debone them, take the skin off and that. It's just harder to get the meat off, but when I'm saving that much money, I'm gonna do it. So I won't have to buy chips food probably for a few weeks now if he carries on eating the way he's eating right now. So that's what that lot is for. I just gotta find the freezer space now, which is gonna be fun. My coffee, 83p, love this one. Sorry, I feel like I shouted there. 83p, absolutely love this one. It's a basic coffee, it's not bitter, that's why I like it, and it's cheap. It has gone up recently like everything else, but it's still really cheap. And I get through, I used to get through 1 a week, but now I use packet coffees for work, so I don't get through so much, but I just don't want to run out, so I've actually got 1 in the cupboard at the moment. The milk, 4 pinter again this week. This is £1.65 for 4 pints of semi-skim milk. Tends to do us at the moment. Sometimes we need to get a bit more, but right now we're okay on 4 pints, so that should do us, hopefully. Now I actually bought chicken breasts for Corey. I'm not a fan of meat. I do eat meat, but I'm just not that much of a fan, so I prefer to get veggie options for me. We had a quick discussion when he said about the pizza. He said he was going to put chicken on it, but then, like, you know how discussions evolve, and we remember that we had cooked some turkey a few weeks ago when I got that really good deal on the turkey, so he was just going to take a little bit of that out, and I completely forgot about that whole conversation until after I bought these. So we have some chicken breast fillets. They will be used, I'm sure they will. Like I said, we're going to do fajitas and stuff. What I'm actually going to do is open this up, and I'll get some parchment paper and put it in between the fillets, so then I don't have to get all of this out. If I freeze it as is, you can't get them apart. So that's just a tip in case you never thought of it, because I hadn't thought of it. It was just, you know, you randomly come across these little things, and now I remember now to do that every time when I put it in the freezer. Take them apart, put parchment paper in between, then you can just snap them off and then you just use whatever you want to use. So this is, what's the weight? 633 grams for £3.61. Don't know if it's great or not. I do know that Corey specifically said he doesn't want the frozen one, and I do know why. I mean, it's so pumped full of, I know a lot of these are pumped full of water, but the frozen one is to an extent where, you know, you can get a fillets these size and they end up being like quarter of the size, not even half the size. It's ridiculous. And he doesn't like the taste of them. So that is just, we'll make random meals with that one, I guess. Bacon is another thing that Corey asked for his pizza. He has a whole loaded pizza idea going on. This is $1.95 for 10 smoked back bacon rashers. I actually got the wrong ones last time and I got the really thick ones. Not a fan. So that's just for that. And then he'll probably have sandwiches or something with the rest, I'm assuming. Now, he asked for halloumi. This is the funniest thing. So for the longest time, and we're talking long time, I kept saying to Corey, do you want some halloumi? And he kept saying no. Turns out he thought it was hummus. He thought I was offering him hummus. So when we finally come across the right thing, and he tried some, he's a huge fan. So I think he wants a few like little chunks of this on his pizza. This is a ridiculous price. This is not going to be a regular on our menu. Does it have a weight on this? I'm not going to spend too much time. I can't see one. Oh no, 225 grams. It's extremely small. As you can see, that's £2.70. Oh, cheese is expensive. Yeah, so this is going to be expensive pizza, so it better be good. So £2.70 for the halloumi. He wanted grated mozzarella. You know, trying to grate a ball of mozzarella is a nightmare. So I picked this one up. Now, these are actually on a deal. How much was this one? I do need my receipt for this one. Should be earlier on. £2.50. So it's £2.50 for one. I feel like, but I might be a little bit wrong on this. There is a deal. I know there's a deal. So it's £2.50 for one, or you could get two for either £4 or £4.50. I did try to remember, but, you know, I don't remember an awful lot. But I didn't need another one. So, you know, it's not a saving if you don't need it. I have mature cheddar in the freezer, in the fridge. I have plenty of it. So it wouldn't really be a saving because you're spending more if you don't need it. So I just picked that one up. So that was $2.50. Let's go to the top. Spaghetti looped, of course. My favourite spaghetti loops. Again, if you are new here, I know I keep saying it because I don't know. Just in case you've been here a while and you just think I'm just randomly repeating myself, it's for anybody new watching this channel. Used to buy them with expensive spaghetti loops, couldn't get them for the longest time, went for the cheap ones because I randomly do that with things, try cheaper versions of something that I eat that's more expensive, because you never know, sometimes they change the recipe. They did. These are awesome and they're 16p. I love spaghetti loops. I eat them on a regular basis. When I get back from work, I crave something on toast or a sandwich, so this is a go-to for me on a regular basis. 16p, it's a really cheap meal as well. Picked up 2 pot noodles again. They're still on the 70p deal. That's the only time I will ever buy pot noodles, when they're on the 70p deal. I have been eating the sweet and sour one that I've been buying for the past weeks. Every week I've been eating a pot noodle, a sweet and sour pot noodle. I have other flavours, but this is my favourite right now. Really enjoying that one. And I picked up a Chinese chow mein as well, because I know Corey, he did look at them the other day, didn't have one. But I just wanted to make sure he's got a nice choice of flavours. And whilst they're 70p, it's worth stocking up. Tuna, had some tuna this week, so this is just replacing it. I like the one in brine, and I've mentioned this before. This is the Cheap Cheerful, and it's 55p, so it is cheap and it's very nice. I've only once ever found a bone, never found scales, and I've been using this brand for years, so I would highly recommend it. Pineapple chunks, 90p for this. It was the only option. I do like pineapple on my pizza. I know some people are going to be screaming at the screen, but I do like it. I am a fan of pineapple on pizza. I will be having pineapple on my pizza. So 90p. They didn't have any fresh one, otherwise I would have got that. I mean, it is faffing around, but it works out cheaper if you can bother to do it. But they didn't have the option, so we just went with a can. And this is for, like I said, I'm getting my timings all over the place with chipped food. So if it takes a long time in the slow cooker, you know, you're talking about 5 hours. So if I get the timings wrong and he needs to eat something, this is the option for him. It's 75p, which is absolutely disgusting from the original price. It just kept going up so much. I actually refused to buy it, which actually worked out better because that's when I started the slow cooker. But it is okay as a backup if I can't get anywhere else to get a backup. He does enjoy it though, because he has the slow cooker meal so often. It just gives him a change. And I got myself some pickled gherkins. These are £1. Are they £1? No, they're 90p. Oh, even better than I thought. 90p for this big jar. I love gherkins. I realised I'd run out. This is actually really good if you put it in tuna with mayonnaise as well. Now, they do two types. You've got to make sure you get the right one. This, if you're not, you know, make sure you check. This is the tangy and crunchy. They do a hot one as well. Not a fan. So 90p is really good. Again, I've cracked into it. As I've mentioned before, I have fibro. I tend to shop on one day and haul on the other day. If I can do it all in one day, great, but just didn't happen yesterday, so I have cracked into it. 80p for the Orange Crush. I was going to try the Tropical because somebody did mention that they're a fan of the Tropical now, but I'm not done with the orange. I stood there looking, I thought, you know, I still want the orange, so I will try the Tropical, just not done with the orange yet. There would be a bottle of Coke here as well. Corey has already taken it with him. I think it's in his bedroom. £2.30 for a 1.75, I think. This was just a random, I was just looking at the crisps and they had this one is on a deal, is 70p. Now it's a fiery prawn cocktail. I just can't imagine, and I wanted to try it. I'm not good with hot crisps because they're usually hot, and that has got fire on it, which makes me nervous. But this is the prawn cocktail. It intrigued me how that can be too hot. I mean, I'm sure it is going to be. For 75p, it was worth me testing it out because we're well within our budget. And I picked these up again. Really, really good. If you've never tried these, they're expensive. I can't tell you how much they are full price because I never buy them full price. They randomly go on a pound deal, and they're on the pound deal at the moment, so I picked them up. Really, really nice. They're huge, so you don't get many. I think you get like maybe 6 in the bag, but they are really, really nice. Corey and I were talking about random adverts. I think it came from the white chocolate conversation we was having the other day with the old-fashioned, oh, I do know the answer to this answer because I've literally mentioned it for the past few weeks. I feel I can't think. Milky Bar Kid and the old adverts, and we was talking about Milky Way, and I told him that Asda do their own, so he wanted to try them. So this is actually a 15 pack for £1. So I mean, they are going to be little tiny, like mouthful sizes, but he just wanted to try them, so we're just going to give them a go. And I got 2 loaves of bread this week. I got the basic white bread. This is the one Corey likes. He doesn't very often have bread, but he always says when I fancy it, it's never there. So I didn't just get mine this week. I made sure there's some for him just in case he wants it. If not, I'm sure I'll get through it. I am a bready person. 95p for this one. This is the thick white slice one. Just basic loaf of bread. I fancied a fresh one. And I wanted like a brown loaf, wholemeal. And this is £1 for that one. So it's fairly expensive, but it's a treat, isn't it? And I found a random packet, literally one packet, dumped to the back of the shelf. And I know these were reduced. These are 81p because I did buy a loaf for Corey. It wasn't necessarily for Corey, but Corey's really into them. So he has a few of these with the majority of his meals. So I just picked that up to go in the freezer because we're starting to get a little bit of space going on. And I bought the lasagna this week because the other week I bought the cheesy pasta one and he already had one, so I knew to get a lasagna this week. 90p. He just shoves it in after work. It's just easy for him to do that type of thing, and he enjoys these ones, so he would recommend that. Didn't need the crisps this week. These are £3.35 for 24 bags. You get 6 prawn cocktails, 6 cheese and onion, 6 salt vinegar and 6 ready salted. But yeah, like I said, don't need them. But there's been a few weeks where they haven't got this variety pack. They've only got the meaty ones. Corey and I are really not fans. We've not eaten the last lot. They just kept for if anybody comes in the house and they want crisps, they can have the meaty ones because we don't like them. So that was just a stock up. Again, don't need toilet roll, but as you know, I used to shop daily, so I never had a stock, and then the whole toilet roll thing happened. So I buy toilet roll on a regular now just to make sure that I've got plenty of it. £1.93 for that one. I enjoy it, so that's why we get that one. And I just picked up a pizza. I know we're going to have pizza, but this Corey can eat pizza every day if we had them. And this is now gone up. It was 66p, it's now 75. And that is this week's shop. That is our shop done for this week. I hope it's helped some people out, some prices, just in case you shop somewhere else. I mean, I know I said that my budget is 60 and I've only spent 41. I'm gonna try and put some aside. It would always be that the money would be put aside ready for when I do stock ups and things, but with what's going on with chip and things, a lot of it is having to be placed into other areas. But I do need to do stock up at some point in some other shops. Somebody did mention Tesco's, that I should do one there. I would love to do one there, but my Tesco that I can get to myself actually is only a metro, so I couldn't do a full shop in there. But if ever I get the opportunity, it would be interesting. I could try it with the type of products I get. That would be an interesting one. So it will be one of those, I will keep it on reserve for if I get the option to do that. No, I never do online. I never did online, not even through everything that happened over the past few years. Even when my fibro is really bad, I've never done online. It's just, I did look at the app once or twice, but it's just too complicated for me. I just didn't enjoy it. I like going in the shop, I like comparing prices, I like looking at the fresh products that I want to pick up, because somebody else isn't going to be as fussy as I'm going to be. Sorry about that banging, it's the heating. It's actually not that cold today, but I think because I'm in the house and we're in the shaded areas, I'm getting chilly, so I just thought this do a quick blast through. But my timing's rubbish, clearly. So that is this week's haul done, as I've mentioned, I'm sure, a number of times. I feel like I've said that a number of times. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. There will be another video up next week. Like I said, I've already recorded. I may re-record it because it was just, my energy, nothing bad, my energy level was like an extreme low, to a point where I felt a bit zoned out. So I haven't actually looked at the footage, so we'll see. I may re-record it. I'm going to add some things because clearly we're a few days on from that. So there will definitely be an update next week. And yeah, I'm going to go now. So I am sending you good vibes as I always do. I hope you're catching them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.